Hey everyone, this video will hopefully give you all the tools you need to clear the jungle on Nidalee. If you need some help or have any questions, feel free to let me know in the places in the description or as a comment to this video. Now, before I go into these clears, I want to start with some mechanics I think are important enough to clarify. Some are obvious, and others not so much. The first mechanic is that Nidalee's Q is an auto attack reset. Now, like I said, obvious, but it's important enough that I want to clarify it because I see some people don't know about it or mess it up. Now, the only time it should not be used as an auto attack reset is if the monster will die to just the Q itself or to the burn afterwards. I also want to talk about Nidalee's ability rotations. Nidalee's abilities roughly follow a 3-6-12 cooldown pattern. Alt and Reset W are 3 seconds, all your Cougar abilities and your Spear are 6 seconds, and then Trap and Heal are roughly 12 seconds. Trap is 13, but close enough. In order to make full use of the fact that these are all multiples of each other, you need to be doing your rotations in such a way that you are making use of everything that is available to you at that time. That also means that you need to do your rotations quickly. If you're delaying them or you're not using your abilities as soon as they're available, you're going to mess up the rhythm of that. I want to just show you a full rotation and kind of try to explain what I'm doing here. Now, you also want to make sure that you're inputting autos while you're doing it. So this is an example of a full rotation. Now I can continue autoing it and I have W available to W2 it again. So a full rotation on Nidalee is QW auto, RWE auto Q. Obviously you'll want to input that very quickly, but those two autos are very important to make sure you get the full damage potential from your rotations. It also leaves you with a W available and another hunt on a monster to use right afterwards. Of course, that rotation will change depending on what level you are and what abilities you have available. Again, that 3-6-12 pattern means that you will always have something to do at every 3-second interval, and you need to know what you should be doing when in order to properly rotate. So again, I will do one more rotation so that you can see. And again, I have W and a Hunt available. So this will help you not only in the clear, but also playing Nidalee as a whole, because that's a good full rotation if you have the time to do on champions as well. So honestly, what I recommend is going into practice tool and trying that rotation on a dummy until you feel comfortable and can get it down. One other mechanic I want to talk about is the way that Nidalee's Empowered W works. This is a bit technical, so buckle up. Nidalee's W has a range of 375 with an empowered range of 750. If you use an empowered W at a range longer than Nidalee's unempowered W, so longer than 375, the W will take you to the facing direction of the enemy. So this dummy right here, you can see the arrow, it's facing towards me. That means if I do a long range jump, I will land on its facing location. However, if I instead do a short range jump, I can have my cursor over here and jump over here, or for instance, I could have my cursor over here and jump over here. So I'm able to pick my landing location, much like Katarina's E if you've ever played her. Now, this mechanic is very important for kiting on Nidalee and for proper engages on a camp if you want it in a specific location. You will very frequently see me move closer to the camp before using Cougar W so that I can pick my landing location and hit every part of the camp. This is most important for Raptor camp because you usually will not hit every Raptor unless you use this mechanic. So for instance, if I'm engaging on Raptor camp, I'm going to throw the spear, and then I'm going to walk up before I use my W, that way I can hit every single raptor. Unfortunately, there is no explanation for this mechanic besides experience on the champion, so there's no way to truly learn it without practice. So onto the clears themselves, I'm going to split it up into both a guided and an unguided section. I'll start by doing just the clears themselves so you can see how they're done, and then afterwards I will again repeat it except with a voiceover so that I can explain what I'm doing. Hopefully that helps you understand it a little bit better. Throw the spear at about 129 so it hits on spawn. Auto the blue buff twice, then Cougar Q. This rotation is standard and you will usually want to use 2 auto attacks per Cougar Q. You can do 3 with the attack speed shard, but it's a tight squeeze, so I recommend 2 regardless. Smite it once you've lost some HP, and kite it up and down until you're ready to start Gromp. You can level W here if you want, but it's the same speed as E with E being slightly healthier. Kite the Gromp up to give yourself room to work with, and then bring it back down to move towards the next camp. Let the burn finish it off, then throw a max range spear to engage wolves. It does not matter if your next spears do not hit the big wolf, so don't waste time trying to force them to. You will finish the camp at the same time regardless. Move on to the raptors, and throw the spear when you are near the corner of the wall so they start clustering in the bush. Put a trap in the bush and use a short-range W to hit all 6 raptors while focusing autos on the big raptor. Since your W reset has a 3-second cooldown, and the hunt lasts for 4 seconds, you can throw a spear at the red buff and still get the empowered W off before the hunt ends. My empowered W here unfortunately misses, but it's not that big a deal as it just takes 1 more auto to kill red buff. Throw a spear to start Krugs as you finish red, and use your second smite to instantly kill the big Krug. From here, just make sure your Cougar Ws hit every Krug and you're good to go. And now that the blue start is done, I will do the unguided red start and show you how to do that, and then I will do the guided version for that as well. Again, throw the spear at about 129 so it hits on spawn. Auto the red buff twice and Cougar Q. Smite it once you've lost some HP, and begin to kite red towards Krug so you have a clear shot for your spear. You can land trap on either Krug. Your focus here is on utilizing the W mechanic I talked about earlier to help you kite. When the 2 medium Krugs spawn, kill the original with a W to get a reset. Bring the camp up and start kiting towards raptors while you wait for cooldowns. Throw the spear as soon as you're in range. You do not need to hug the wall to hit the big raptor because it does not give you level 3, so it does not need to die instantly anymore. Move closer to the camp and use a short range W to ensure you hit all 6 raptors. Note that it does not matter if your trap does not hit the big raptor. Kite them up so that the big raptor is now on the bottom and you can throw a spear at it after your second W. You can see my Cougar Q is available at the end of the camp, so if I missed the trap on the big raptor earlier, I would just kill it with that Q instead. Wait a moment to heal yourself so you can get the attack speed for wolves. It makes the transition to blue a little cleaner. After your rotation, do not transform back to human. Instead, stay in Cougar and finish the camp off. Make sure you are still in Cougar when the little wolf dies so you get the W reset. Spear the blue buff and stay in human until trap is ready and do a standard rotation. After your rotation, throw a spear at Gromp to start double camping if you're comfortable. Do not do this if you're worried about an invade because you'll fall down to about 300 HP. I tend to focus my efforts on Gromp here so that I can do the most possible AoE damage since I've already damaged blue. In addition, killing Gromp first allows you to start kiting the remainder of blue up to river and gives you a fat heal in case you do get invaded at that time. Thanks for watching everyone, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below, or you can find me at places I've listed in the description.